There is a moment in life that hurts more than anything else. It's when you give your all to people, and they still treat you like you don't matter. You try, you care, you stay loyal, but somehow they still don't respect you. And you start asking yourself, why am I not enough? But listen to me very carefully. The problem was never your worth. The problem was how you were showing it. Because in life, people don't always listen to what you say. They believe what you allow. And today, I want to show you something powerful. Not loud revenge, not drama, not begging for respect, but something much stronger. How to silently teach people your worth without saying a word. You know that feeling? When you keep texting first and they reply late. When you keep showing up and they stop appreciating it. When you keep giving love and they start taking it for granted. It hurts, and slowly you start losing yourself. You start thinking being nice means being treated poorly. But that's not true. You were just giving your value to people who didn't know how to hold it. And here's the truth most people never realize. Respect is not demanded. It is shown through your actions, not loud actions, silent ones. And maybe right now you're tired. Tired of being the one who cares more. Tired of being misunderstood. Tired of always forgiving people who never change. But don't worry, because what you're about to learn can change everything. Not them, you. And when you change, people feel it, even in silence. The first way is simple, but powerful. Stop chasing people who don't chase you. There is a strange truth in life. The more you chase someone, the less they value you. Think about it. When something is always available, we stop appreciating it. It becomes normal. A young man once kept chasing a friend group that never invited him first. He always texted, always planned, always tried. One day, he stopped. No anger, no message, just silence. At first, nothing changed, but after a while, they started noticing his absence, because silence speaks louder than effort sometimes. And slowly, they started reaching out, not because he begged, but because he stopped chasing. That's the first lesson. Your presence should feel like a choice, not an obligation. And here's where things start to shift. You stop over-explaining yourself. You don't need to prove every feeling. You don't need to defend every decision. Most people don't realize this. The more you explain yourself to the wrong people, the less they respect your voice. There was a woman who always explained why she was busy, why she couldn't help, why she needed rest. But people kept crossing her boundaries anyway. One day, she changed. Instead of long explanations, she just said, "No, I can't." That's it. No justification, no story. And something interesting happened. People started respecting her time, not because she became harsher, but because she became clearer. But here's the truth. Silence alone is not enough. You also need boundaries, not angry boundaries, calm ones, strong ones. A boundary is not, "I hope you treat me better." A boundary is, "If you treat me like this, I'll walk away." Let me tell you a small story. A boy had a friend who constantly joked about him in a disrespectful way. At first, he laughed it off. Then it started hurting. But he said nothing until one day he quietly stepped back from the friendship. No fight, no argument, just distance. Later, the friend asked, "Why are you ignoring me?" And he simply said, "I don't stay where I'm not respected." That was it. No shouting needed. That is silent power. And now listen carefully, because This next one changes everything. Stop reacting to everything. Not every insult needs a response. Not every problem needs your energy. Not every person deserves your emotional reaction. Most people lose their peace trying to win every small battle. But strong people, they don't react fast. They pause. They breathe. They choose. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a noisy street, cars honking, people shouting, chaos everywhere. Now imagine staying calm in that noise. That's power, because when you stop reacting, people lose control over your emotions, and when they lose that control, they start respecting your silence. Midway here, listen closely, because this is where most people fail. They think teaching someone their worth means changing them, but that's not your job. You are not here to fix people. You are here to value yourself so clearly that wrong behavior becomes uncomfortable around you. There was a man who always tolerated disrespect at work. His co-workers interrupted him, ignored his ideas, took credit. One day, he didn't argue. He just started speaking less, working quietly, delivering results without noise. Weeks passed, and slowly people started listening when he spoke, not because he shouted louder, but because his silence made his value visible. And now let's talk about something deeper, self-respect, because this is the foundation of everything. If you don't respect yourself, no one will learn to. You teach people how to treat you by what you accept. A girl once kept forgiving a partner who constantly ignored her feelings. Every time she cried, he promised to change, but nothing changed until one day she chose herself. She walked away quietly. No big speech, just a decision, and it hurt. But it healed her too, because self-respect sometimes feels like loss at first, but later it becomes freedom. And here's something most people never do. They don't stay consistent with their value. One day they demand respect. Next day, they tolerate disrespect again. And that confuses everyone around them, because people don't understand your words. They understand your patterns. So if you want to silently teach people your worth, be consistent, always, not sometimes strong, sometimes weak, but steady, calm, clear, like a mountain, not like wind. Let me tell you another story. A young student always helped everyone, assignments, notes, exams, but nobody helped him back. He felt used. One day, he stopped helping completely, not out of anger, but awareness. At first, people complained. Then they adjusted. Then they realized his value. And slowly, they started respecting his time. That's because he stopped being always available. He became intentional, and that changed everything. But here's the truth you need to hear. Not everyone will understand your change. Some people will call you selfish. Some will say you've changed. Some will try to pull you back. But listen, that discomfort they feel, that's your growth being noticed. Because when you stop overgiving, over-explaining, over-pleasing, people who benefited from your weakness will feel the shift. And that's okay. Let them feel it. Another powerful way, walk away without anger. This is not about running. This is about choosing peace. There is a huge difference. A man once stayed in friendships that drained him for years. He always forgave, always returned, until one day he just stopped. No fight, no goodbye message, just distance. And something strange happened. He felt lighter, not empty, free. Because sometimes the strongest message you send is your absence. And now, slowly, everything connects. All these lessons are not about others. They are about you, because when you change how you treat yourself, the world adjusts, not instantly, but naturally, like water finding its level. And here's the final truth. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to live it, because people can ignore your words, but they can't ignore your energy. When you are calm, they feel it. When you are distant, they notice. When you respect yourself, they adjust, silently, without you saying a thing. So, if you feel like people don't value you right now, don't chase harder. Don't speak louder. Don't beg for attention. Instead, step back, build yourself, stay calm, and let your silence speak. Because the moment you stop overgiving, the world starts seeing your real value. And one day, you will realize something powerful. The respect you were looking for in others was always waiting inside you. You just had to stop giving it away too easily. So move differently now. Speak less, observe more, react slower, walk away sooner, and value yourself deeper. Because when you do, people don't just notice you, they feel your absence. And that is how you silently teach the world your worth. If this message spoke to you, consider subscribing